Inspirational and motivational, here I love how. Get a better mindset and set your goals, here I love how. Educational things you need to know, here I love how. Like credit, home, buying loans, and much more, here I love how. The space for
Hey, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Homebuyers Clubhouse, where we go live every Wednesday and every Friday. Every Wednesday, we drop something inspirational and motivational, and every Friday, we drop something educational. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I am a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. Erica Batts, loan officer. Introduce yourself, honey.
Hey, I am Erica Batts. I am your mortgage loan officer.
Hey. Oh, your lips. I don't know if it's your lips on your side or my side. Your lips came in kind of late. But anyway, your voice came in on time. Look, y'all, it's Winning Wednesday. Drop your wins in the box below. Drop your wins in the box below. Erica, how are you winning today, honey?
I am winning because we under contract. We got something new. That is
absolutely. Yeah, we under contract. Yes, same. Winning, you know. Yes. And that's like proof. One thing falls through, something else, it may be working on something better for you guys.
Exactly so, right.
Yeah, clients are under contract. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually kind of wrapping up for the holidays. I know this is going to be our last week on here up until next year. I was kind of thinking, like, you think we should plan maybe like a, I know last year, you know, we had the vision board party in person. Yes. I was wondering if we should do like a virtual vision board party or something like that. What you think, honey?
I think so. I think that would be great.
Yeah, we need to talk about that off air or whatever. Maybe we should do it like late one night because, you know, I had so many people like, oh my God, I wanted to come. Let me see y'all actually show up this time. So we're going to plan something because we know how important it is to plan for the new year. We know how important it is to kind of get ready. I was having a conversation with someone on my team last night. She's doing the same thing. Like, it's important, man, to start your new year off on the right path. It really is. But anyway, what did you just fall? What's going on over there, Erica?
I'm actually walking because I was running late and I got my so I was in one room and so now I'm going back to my normal space because I get better reception.
Audience, don't look like she's falling on the floor. Anyway, so look, this week, y'all, we are talking about part two, you guys. So last week we were talking about the gift, the book, The Ultimate Gift. It's a freaking awesome book. So just a quick refresher. It's pretty much, you know, this to kind of set the tone. Uncle passed away. He died. He left his children all his money. He left his nephew the ultimate gift, his great nephew. He's young. He feel like it's not too late for him, and he want to teach him a few lessons in life. So he got 12 months to do 12 different assignments. Last week we ended on month 3. Yeah, month 3. The first month he taught him the gift of work. The second month he taught him the gift of money. And the third month the gift of friends. So I read too much this morning because, you know, I kind of forgot about the book. I picked up my journal and I said, oh, snap, my book. It's been a while since I've written in my journal. So, yeah, so this morning I read about the gift of learning and the gift of problems. So out of those two gifts, the gift of learning is pretty much what it is. You know, pretty much what I always tell my team and tell everyone, just pretty much always be learning, and learning is very important. Education is important, and you don't have to go out and get all these degrees or any of that. The moral of the story is he sent his nephew all the way to South America. Nephew was like, I ain't learned that. He made him work in the library for a month. But the biggest thing that he took away from that is, he was like, there are even no books on the shelf. The reason there were no books on the shelf is because the people in the community, they would wake up early in the morning every day to get to the library to get those books so they could learn. Learning was very important to them because they didn't have an education. Here we take that for granted a lot. Mm-hmm. We have access to the public library. We have access to free education and all of that. But some places, they don't even get that. So that was pretty much that. That was very, that part right there was pretty brief, pretty quick. It was just, point blank, straight to it. You know what I'm saying? And then the second one was, what I say? The gift of problems. This one right here hit me because right before I started reading this book this morning, I went into my prayer corner and I prayed and I cried, and God really, really touched me on a lot of stuff. He was bringing a lot of stuff back to me, stuff throughout my childhood and how grateful I am for my family and my circle and how, how many, my support system, So the gift of problems. So when I read that section, they were talking about with him, the nephew, he didn't have any problems. His uncle was trying to protect him from so many problems in his life. He gave him money, he gave him stuff. And the whole point of that is sometimes you have to go through stuff to actually understand it and appreciate it. They was talking about a chick, when they're born, when they're born, a chicken is born, they got to fight through that shell. They got to fight their way through it to actually enter the world. They might get stuck. One of their legs might come out. They kind of stuck and they got to fight their way through that shell. And any nice person could actually go over there and help them and assist them out of the shell, thinking that they are helping. But at the end of the day, they're not helping, because when that chicken have to go through life and he got to fight or something attacks him, all of that fighting he did trying to get out of that shell, that helped build him, that gave him strength, that helped him understand how to fight and make his way through things. But if somebody go over there and help him, they're hurting him more than helping him, because the first thing that attacks him, he's not going to know what to do with it. So it's more to it, but I'll let you come in because I've been doing a lot of talking.
Well, you can relate that to other things. Like this year was, we were doling up chores for Thanksgiving, like who was making what. Mm-hmm. So this year they were like, oh, well, you can make the yams. And I was like, well, I ain't never made the yams before. And my sister was like, well, how you ain't never made the yams? You've been eating yams for years, but you ain't never made them. And I was like, because Mama always made them. So it was kind of the same thing. Like, I don't know how to make them because she always did it. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it and all of that. So now they on this quest that, so now for the next couple of holidays, I got to do the yams so I can make sure that I get this right. Because, one of the things is that you will, as older generations pass away, then their knowledge also passes away. So like that stuffing recipe that used to make, and now that she's gone, nobody else knows how to make it. My great grandma used to make these drop biscuits. Mm-hmm. Oh, those drop biscuits was amazing. They always came out like great. And now nobody else knows how to make those. So just, in problems. So it doesn't have to be like big problems. It's just being able to do things, because now, so once I get the recipe down, it's like, okay, now I know how to make those. But just like I went to my grandma's when I was younger to learn how to make, they call them Apple Jacks, but they like the homemade apple turnovers. Mm-hmm. My grandma know how to make them, but then nobody else know how to make them. So I had lessons, so I know how to make them.
Yes, and that's good. And that was with me growing up. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to learn. I've always had that in me. So like when my mom passed away, I knew how to do a lot of stuff. My dad, he would be outside working on stuff and fixing stuff. I was right there because I was learning, because I've always been curious. Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble because I was curious. Like, oh, I wonder what happens if I touch this, if I do this, if I do that. I've always been that person, that why person, and how does this work? You want to take it apart and figure it out, how it actually works on the inside. So learning is very, very important. Same thing with growing and building. So I see that learning and that growing, the gift of problems, they go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. So What? Okay, my next one. So we were on the gift of problems. So he was talking about on the gift of problems as well. He told him to go out, go to different age groups, and find different problems with them. And go to a child, so a young child, a child, middle age, different age groups, right? So he was just like, Lord have mercy. How in the world am I going to do this? This is crazy. Like, it was a little worried or whatever. So, and he went out and he said he was going to his car and this man approached him and was like, hey, anybody that need any work done? So he started talking to the man. Come to find out, the man had lost his job. His family, they were eating oatmeal, and they just, they've been very close to giving up. But every time they're close to giving up, they always bounce back and they always find a way. Long story short, he ended up allowing this man to wash his car. He tried to give the man more money, to kind of help him through his problems. But the man didn't want money. He didn't want a handout. He just wanted to go out and work. And, he told the boy, he said, you know what? I would never trade where I am with anybody else. And that stood out to that young man, to the boy. And then he went to the park. He found a little girl. Well, actually, he didn't. He said he was just walking through. He said, I was just depressed. Like, yo, how my uncle going to give me this assignment? Like, this is hard. This is crazy. And he said he was going to the park. He sat down on the bench and the woman was like, she's just so amazing. And he said, I was kind of in my feelings still. I'm depressed about myself. And he was like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I don't see anything amazing or anything special about that child. And she said, first of all, it's not my child, number one. Number two, that child has cancer. She can make any wish that she wanted to make. Most kids want to go to Disney World. Most kids want to go to like these amazing places. Her only wish was to go to the park and play. That's all she wanted to do.
Wow.
Yeah. And he found that, he found something in that. So he went over there and he played with her. And then it was another man, his wife had passed away. He saw a big funeral in town and he talked to the older man. But anyway, what he learned from that and all of that was, he's always never noticed everybody's problems around him. In life, he's always been so entitled. He don't see everybody else's issues because he's never really had any problems. But when you actually just stop focusing on yourself and take a look around, you can see everybody else's problems and you can find a way to kind of help them through their problems. And another thing is sometimes you got to go through stuff to get to stuff. So trying to understand it. And that stood out for me as well, because I keep saying I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. And God, like, you got to learn how to handle your finances and handle the small stuff right now before you get to the big stuff.
Look, can you handle being 100-aire before we make you a millionaire?
Right. So I thought that was really deep. I thought it was sweet. I was in there crying with a tear when I heard the story about the girl, with her only wish was just to go to the playground. And it was just like, oh my God, I'm already crying from this morning, it was just so awesome. You got anything you want to add to that? Because I know I was, again, long-winded. I'm not a great storyteller, but y'all get the gist of it.
No, that's a great story. And I'm looking forward to hearing what the next parts of the gift are.
I am too. And unfortunately, y'all can't hear it until next year. So I'm really excited on finishing this book. And for me, a lot of the times when I pick it up, I can't put it down. So the good thing about me reading it this morning was I read it at 11 o'clock and I knew I had to start getting ready. So, it was a really, really, really good book, you guys. So anyway, we're going to see you guys on Friday. On Friday, we're going to talk about, oh my God, overcoming buyer's remorse. That's what we're talking about on Friday. So I'm really excited about that because this market is so frustrating to many people. It's very scary to lots of people. And then they get in it and then they get the house and then they'll be like, oh my God. And then they back out and change their mind. So we're going to talk about that. Erica,
well, the good thing is that rates are coming down. Yes. So that is a good thing. Hopefully they continue to come down over the next year.
Absolutely. I've been seeing that, and every time I see a story about race, I'll be like, oh God, please don't tell me they're going back up. So
Well, and then you have all these people who are predicting. So they're predicting, oh, they're going to go down 6 times. They're going to go down 4 times. They're going to, all of this. And nobody really knows what's going to happen.
People has been predicting since the beginning. What they say, they drop the rates so the economy can level out to get people out there shopping, and then they raise the rates to slow y'all down. So it depends.
Right.
It's kind of like I bounce off of other people's energy. How are we going to act today?
Right.
That's how the economy is. How are we going to act today?
So I definitely get that.
Absolutely. All right, audience. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a Triangle Realtor with A to Z Realty. You can reach me at 919-818-9854. Erica Batts.
Hey, I am Erica Batts. You can reach me at 919-608-7916, or you can reach me at ericabatts.com.
You can reach all of us in the clubhouse at www.thehomebuyersclubhouse.com. You can find us on Facebook and on our page and in our group at Homebuyers Clubhouse. And you can find us on YouTube at The Homebuyers Clubhouse. We hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.